Hi folks, all right, got one for you today. We're gonna take this Echo DCS5000 and we're gonna try to cut some dry fir logs. And I got a friend bringing a RYOBI saw over, and we're gonna compare the two saws, dig them into the wood, and let's see what happens when it's RYOBI versus Echo. Let's roll. All right, here we go. Echo DCS5000. Cut through.
That thing is not even very loud.
No, it's not loud at all.
It's nice. Let me get that.
Wow, look at that flat cut.
Wow.
Don't let Darcy see that. It looks like a heart. 16.5 inches by, well, this side is 17.5. So 17-inch log, however long that took.
It is the shape of a heart.
That's a beast. That's amazing. This 16 3/4 inch so-called 18-inch bar barely fits through that. You can see actually it doesn't actually quite make it all the way. Look at that. Jammed in, it doesn't make it all the way. It does there, but not right there.
That's a nice stone.
Cut it all the way through. So let's see if the RYOBI can do the same thing. I think it was faster. We're gonna find out. But it definitely, they both bogged. Once they got into the deep middle part of the log, they both bogged out. But I gotta say, I actually think the RYOBI might have a little more power. They both cut through it really well, surprisingly well for such small saws. You know, the interesting thing is they're balanced quite a bit different too. So they're about the same weight. The Echo's maybe a little heavier. But if you look at the RYOBI, you know, if I line up my bucking teeth, which it has better bucking teeth on it than the Echo does, if I kind of line those up, the top handles come about the same, but you got a bigger top handle on the RYOBI. So it's a small package right here. So that's kind of nice. I like that. I like this saw, but I can see, of course, it feels better to me. But yeah, it might have been a little bit faster. The RYOBI might have had just a little bit more power. 38cc saw, supposedly the equivalent to a 40cc saw. Both of them cut through it with ease. So really, for an 18-inch bar pushing 17 inches of wood and 16.5 to 17 inches of wood, both bars are 17 inches. I think one's 16 3/4, the other was right about 17. So they were right at the max of a full cut. I'm impressed with the way they both cut, to be honest with you. The RYOBI, 230 bucks on HD these days. The Echo, 300. So you're 230 versus 300, but you got to get fuel and oil for the RYOBI. You only got to get oil for the Echo. Now, one thing I kind of want to look at. So look at how long it took for that chain to shut down. This is something that I like about these electric saws. Now watch the difference. So I think that's a big difference, is the amount of time it takes for the electric saw to shut down is a lot faster. So if you're bucking something away and you get carried away and get it into something you don't want to get it into and let go, this one is going to shut down faster. So I like that from a safety standpoint. It seems like this one definitely, there's no chance, you know, you're going to be idling high and have the chain still running when you let go. It's going to shut down immediately. And it's always ready to go. Got through that log and a bunch of small stuff. We've still got 3 bars on the battery. We want to push some saws, right? The Echo torture test. That's down to 1 bar now. That took some battery power. That's the Echo torture test. I could just feel it jumping around. They're kind of similar. So you got to constantly baby it. I didn't have that problem with the Echo. Getting into this though, it's awkward, and you can see by the cuts, it's like constantly kind of working it in and out. But and you shouldn't be cutting wood like this. It's a torture test. But I mean, it's got the power, except as soon as it binds up a little bit, it bogs down a lot, and you have to kind of back off and work it. I didn't find that with the Echo. Now I have been told these have so much torque that you actually got to watch them even on chaps, which I should be wearing, and I'm not. They'll cut through chaps apparently because they've got so much torque. The only thing I think though is it's unlikely to happen because you're going to let go, and when you let go on one of those electric saws, they shut down, so you're not going to cut through. But either way, I mean, they I think for $230 that RYOBI's a good saw. Is it worth 230 bucks, 240, whatever it is? Yeah, I think so, absolutely. Considering that one's $300. Power-wise, the RYOBI might be a little faster, but they're definitely comparable. The one thing I like about the Echo is you don't have to carry any fuel with you. So we were able to put that in the back of the back seat of the pickup on the way here. No gas can, just no gas. So I like that. But bucking, you know, that stump there in half and a bunch of small stuff, and then cutting that big dry piece in half, and my battery's was down to 1 bar. So the RYOBI, cutting not quite as much but not too far off, is still at half a tank. So I would guess that out of a tank of gas on the RYOBI, you're probably going to get more cutting than you will out of 1 battery on the Echo. So, you know, from that perspective, I like my gas-powered saws. I mean, my 455 Rancher, my 572, those are awesome saws. But you can run that Echo when you're not allowed to run a gas-powered saw. Forest fire season, dry as heck out. They don't want you to run gas, but you can run a battery-powered saw. Both good saws. It's kind of hard to say, but I think the RYOBI, I think it was faster. I think it cut quicker. And the RYOBI had a brand new chain. The Echo's is the original chain. It's got some time on it, but I gave it a good sharpening before I started today. So the teeth were pretty clean, looked pretty good. So I'm confident it had a nice sharp chain. And I think that the RYOBI was just a little faster. Now, if somebody's got a battery-powered DeWalt, RYOBI, whatever, and you're somewhere near wherever I am, I'd love to do a head-to-head battery-powered saw against battery-powered saw and see how they do.
All right, here we go, folks. Side-by-side comparison. RYOBI 38cc gas-powered saw versus Echo DCS5000 56-volt battery-powered saw. And I wanted to show this because I cropped everything out earlier and didn't really show the speed comparison side by side. So I wanted to give you a total side by side, start to finish of the cut to show you the difference. And while you watch this, I wanted to also give you my final thoughts. So all in all, the RYOBI was faster. It was faster in the cross cut, it was faster in the ripping cut, and you know, you can't argue with what you see on the screen. Now, let's be fair, I sharpened the Echo chain myself by hand on the back of the tailgate. I'm not the most professional chainsaw sharpener out there in the world, folks. And maybe had I put a brand new chain on the Echo like I did with the RYOBI, then perhaps it would have been a little bit closer. But honestly, the RYOBI was definitely faster. It felt like it was bogging down a little bit. It didn't feel faster, but it was. Which saw is the better saw? Well, I'll let you decide. Put your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, folks. Y'all have a great weekend. The old Jarhead out.
Holy cow, Heather, look at that! You did it!
I shot myself in the head.
Don't bonk yourself in the head. That's not how you do that.